I'm going to be reading a new essay I wrote called Truth is Friction. It's still not finished, so you'll forgive me if there's any stutters or broken parts or things that don't feel very smooth. I still need to sandpaper the edges. But truth is friction. And here we go. In a world where the likes of Rand Paul and Sarah Palin excel, where working people are the eager pawns for the filthy rich, or rats feed freely and the poor obey like insects, truth is certainly friction. In this case, the two opposing forces causing the friction are historical amnesia and pure, pious stupidity. This is not new. It has always been a vital part of our national identity. Freedom for some, slavery for others, liberty for all. Except women, indigenous tribes, slaves, gays, and the Irish. As a people, we tend to detest truth. Indeed, collectively, we are unwilling to see the forest for the matchsticks. What we crave, what we desire, is a given reality. We are very much like a family who refuses to acknowledge that our shifty cousin Glenn has a gambling problem. So we sit silent at the dinner table, avoiding the massive gorilla in the room, contrived completely from the $14,000 in stolen retirement checks he nicked from Nana. Do we address it? No. We just quietly pass the casserole and listen as the collective enamel scrapes over the cutlery. But let's say this year, as you sit together around yon dinner table, something different happens. This year, your bullshit quota overfloweth. So as cousin Glenn slugs back his fifth Pabst Blue Ribbon tall boy, belching and laughing loudly at his own poorly timed gynecological jokes with a mouthful of mashed potatoes and turkey tendons, you grimace. You can feel your entire body boiling towards a breaking point. Then it happens. Then you see old Glenn lean over and ask Nana if she has $40 for another sixer and a pack of smokes. Well, this is the moment. This is it. Right here, right now. You push back from the crowded table, toss your fork to the plate, and roar high and mighty, "God damn it, Glenn, you contemptible cunt, stealing money from Nana so you can play roulette at the Pink Palomino? She's on a fixed income, you filthy fucking bastard. Besides, roulette? It's not even a game of strategy, you dig? If losing is your thing, then, I guess you're a professional, right? Well, fuck off. You actually think we're all just gonna sit here and let you get away with this? Do you? Well, I'm giving you one chance. One chance, you greedy pile of shit, to make this right. If you do not leave this table right now and find a way to repay her every single fucking cent, I'm gonna carve out your eyes, both your eyes, with this olive spoon and sell them to a couple of Serbian fellas I know who pay big bucks for usable organs. And then do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna march back right into this house, step over your bloated body, and give that bloody money to Nana. Are we clear, you syphilitic fucking testicle? Or do I need to start prying out those baby blues? And just for good measure, you toss your mug of scalding tea into Glenn's great staring eyes, and he bolts out of the room screaming in agony. Then there's a moment of heavy silence. And then chaos ensues. It seems everyone was actually just gonna sit there and let Glenn get away with it. Now the family erupts into an uproar like a bunch of nervous baboons flinging their own excretia at a deadly cobra. Insults hurl through the air. Poor Nana is scrunching her sweater over her heart, and Grandpa is jumbling through his unbonded dentures for you to get the fuck out of here. Meanwhile, all the other relatives are headlighting you with their harsh, yellow, judgmental scowls, whispering things like, "Unbelievable, what a fiend and monstrous." 20 minutes later, Nana's on a stretcher with chest pains and you're being arrested for domestic violence against your degenerate cousin. Is that fair? No. But this is how the responsible sect behaves in a polite, civilized society. We must have selective blindness in order to survive. Anything else must be subjugated for the common good. For example, if I was to state that American icon Michael Jesus Jackson died from an overdose of a powerful anesthetic injected into his candle-colored arms every night so that he remained paralytic and unable to sleep rape the children, I would be berated by the eager doomed as a miscreant and reprobate only out to start trouble. No. It's much easier for them to believe he had a severe case of restless leg syndrome and had to be placed in a coma every night with enough drugs to vegetate a rhinoceros. Another example would be if I said Sarah Palin believes the word America comes from the Bible, or that she secretly hopes to start her own religious organization that is kind of a reverse Mormonism, where the wife leads the household and she's allowed to have multiple husbands, or that she encourages her daughters to have anal sex instead of using condoms because she believes it preserves the sanctity and Christian virtue of virginity. Egads, if I wrote that, I would be flogged and labeled a traitor and tossed into the undercroft of Guantanamo and kept as an enemy of the state. Certainly can't write any of this. For another example, if I told you that the majority of the rodents who want to keep America sterile of equality are closeted sodomites who fear that this kind of constitutional buoyancy would unmask them as traitors to their own kind. That those ministers, politicians, and admirals who scream, "No," the loudest, have zero gag reflex and use chemical rectal constrictors to remedy all the years they've used a wide stance and secret men's room liaisons. Wow. If I wrote that, I would be bound in a burlap sack with a wild animal and tossed into the Mississippi River for revealing such truths. Or if I told you that hemp is only illegal because the versatility of this plant threatened William Randolph Hearst's newspaper and timber interests. Or that every time you buy a gallon of gas, you are funding terrorism. Or that a biracial president can still be homophobic. Or that you have more power than you know because that's exactly what they want you to believe. If I wrote that, I would be tarred and feathered and run out on a rail. No, my friends, we do not want truth. We want scripted reality. Now, I have learned a lot since the spoiled Bush baby trampled our nation for 8 years and left it bloated with excess like a Congolese sewer rat in rainy season. I have learned to love my country, but trust absolutely no one in authority. I have learned this is a world where the rats poison themselves.